Modernism Week kicks off in Palm Springs today. It's a celebration of mid-century modern design, and one of the featured homes you can tour is this beauty designed by H3K Design. Kimberly Selden gives us a preview.
A hallmark of Palm Springs modernism style is the long, low ranch bungalow. You'll also notice not a lot of grass. We've got easygoing landscaping. This house, designed by H3K, features a beautiful gable-shaped roof and clear-story windows. And then once you're inside, I mean, check out the clear story windows from the inside and what they do for the space, expanding it visually so you can see what Palm Springs is all about, those mountains and those palm trees. And of course, the living room is practically outside. The pool's part of the decor. We've got these fun, bold sofas facing each other in a bright yellow color. So a lot of sunshine here. You got to step it up with the color. And then that's been echoed in the kitchen in those yellow countertops. And that thin profile, also super modern. We're lucky enough to have the designers here. Kevin and Howard, how are you guys?
Good. How are
this
you?
is amazing.
Thank you.
So a lot of us, when we renovate, we can't do everything at once. This is totally done. Did you do it all at once?
No, this was actually a process of about 13 years where we first moved in '05. We did a couple little projects, but then of course now the major transformation just happened in the last like 6 months.
The powder room is spectacular.
Powder room has an interesting story behind it.
Yeah, they had some hideous, horrible tile in the guest bathroom, but we decided that that was not the look we wanted, but of course we didn't have the money to spend on retiling the whole bathroom. So what we did is we actually used marine grade paint, and it certainly wasn't 100% what we wanted, but in terms of time and money, it was, it was done really well.
Well, that refresh lasted for over 10 years, and we just recently finished doing what we wanted to do with that bathroom, was to take full advantage of the height and the light in there. And here we are 10 years later, and we're able to fulfill our final dreams.
Genius. Baby steps. Get it done. Love it.
Exactly.
You guys, amazing. Keep up the great work.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Come to Palm Springs.
Well, what's your preference, shiny or matte? Well, sheen matters, and here with examples of when and how to use it, designer Kimberly Selden joins me. How are you? Hi, sweetie. I'm so happy you made it.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Especially to talk about this. So it's not, I like sheen, because it's not over the top glitz, but it adds a little something something.
And here's the thing, you don't have to like only one or the other. You can like both, and you can use them in a judicious way. You can really make sense with it. So when we talk about sheen, usually everybody goes to paint. So thank you, Benjamin Moore. They made it really easy for us to see there are sheen levels of paint from the flattest to the highest gloss. And in between, we've got beautiful matte, we've got eggshell, we've got pearl, we've got satin, we've got semi. Did you even know we had all these sheens?
No.
People
I have
think,
no idea.
right? People think it's flat, eggshell, or shiny.
That's it.
Right? There's lots of options. So eggshell has a bit more sheen than the matte, and the higher you go in sheen, the easier it is to clean. Which matters on things like walls.
Absolutely.
Right?
I didn't realize, so the higher the sheen, the easier the clean.
Yeah, and we made it rhyming, so you'd
totally
remember.
did. I love it.
Yeah, right.
It's good.
So if you're just a couple living together, persnickety and all, go for matte. It's great. If you have children, other
Sheen.
side of the card, you're gonna need more sheen in your life for sure. Then when it gets into things like tiles, I went to Seat and I got an example of a very popular, common kind of tile pattern. Here we have it in a high gloss. Anytime you have a sheen in a high gloss, it's going to give you more visual weight, right? So that can be wonderful if you want to draw someone's attention to it. Here's the exact same thing, and you can see how different it looks in a matte, right?
I like that.
Right, but because designers got all excited about matte, somebody said, what if we could out matte the matte?
Ooh.
Right? And we do a textured or a leathered surface.
That's beautiful.
So now you're really talking not just about sheen, but about that texture that goes with it, and that creates a little bit more visual interest.
Yeah.
When you are thinking about wall tiles, you don't want to have too much sheen if you've got a lot of sunshine exploding in that area. And when you're talking about floor tiles, you definitely don't want to have a lot of sheen because it's more slippy.
That's true.
So that's when a leather or honed surface can be terrific.
Yeah.
Then all of this excitement about sheen, of course, moved into other areas of the house. I've got some examples of the tile here as well.
Yeah.
But dishes, now we're seeing beautiful dishes in matte and in shiny.
And in shiny.
And let's say you had a placemat, super shiny.
Yep.
There's my placemat. Now you've got a super shiny dish.
Yeah.
And you've got super shiny cutlery.
We're really shiny.
We're super shiny.
We're too shiny.
And then you're going to add a glass, you're going to add candlelight and all that kind of stuff. And,
Yeah.
and it begins to feel monotonous
Yeah.
and somewhat overwhelming. So even a small change, maybe you change to some cutlery that's half matte and half shine. This is from CB2, all this beautiful stuff.
Nice.
Thank you very much. Or even better, I love the idea of pairing a shiny placemat with a matte, right? And then maybe even matte cutlery.
That's gorgeous.
So just pay attention because psychologically it gets very heavy when you get all that shine in your face.
Yes.
Now, if you're living in a very dark space and you want to amplify, then more gloss is great. So you've got bright crystal glass, you've got crisp lighting, for example. But when you have an abundance of lighting, isn't that groovy?
These are really cool. They're super lightweight. They add just the right amount of sheen, and I
that
like the
pretty?
fact that they come in these colors.
I know, this color, I'm
pretty.
obsessed.
It's just lovely.
Everything tastes better in this color.
Everything.
That's weird.
Fashion, decor, everything. I love that color for everything.
And then, of course, when you get into fabrics, you're going to be talking about different sheens. So here we've got a velvet. It's almost like a mohair velvet.
Yeah.
So this has just a hint of sheen. Maybe you're going to add a trim that's got a bit of sparkle with the beading.
Nice.
Maybe you're going to do something totally matte. But let's say you want your trim to show off. It's more about contrast than it is about sheen. So here we've got a trim that's like almost tone on tone. You can see a little bit. If you were to add a much darker trim, that trim is really going to stand out on that fabric.
Lovely.
So contrast is going to have an impact as well.
So mix it up a little bit, because if you're doing all of one, it either starts looking very flat or way too shiny. With the pillows and the cushions as well.
Same thing, yeah. The thing is, we get on these trends where you're like, oh, I like matte stuff, and
I
so the
know.
whole house is matte.
Yeah.
Begins to look flat and antiseptic almost.
Yes.
And then we've even got some end tables here. So this one, lots of high gloss. Again, if you're living in a space that's pretty dark, you want to amplify the amount of sunshine that's coming in. That's great. If you're living in a high-rise condo with tons of sunshine, this is going to sear your retina.
That's a little bit too much.
Right? In the middle, we've got something totally matte, and then on the end, we've got something that's a combination. Same thing is true for walls. We've got this big piece I love. Isn't this fun?
I love that.
So this is an artist named Fulton, and I don't know, what the idea here was, but somehow it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz and the witch or something.
the ruby red shoes.
Something about it, yeah. I just love it. So super high gloss. Up here, La Joie from Art Interiors. This is a matte finish, and over here, a photograph. I just want to mention with photography, make sure you do the anti-glare glass.
I know.
If you're getting any sunshine on it, otherwise you kind of you've lost it as well. So thank you to Art Interiors for lending us the beautiful artwork.
Thank you for everything. It's beautiful,
Fun.
Kimberly.